Welcome to this free class on how to make money on YouTube. I'm Nathan S. Wine, one of the lead coaches here at Think Media, and I'm stoked because we're going to be walking through the 5-stage system on how to make $10,000 a month or more on YouTube with a small but strategic audience. And I'm stoked about this. If you're in a side hustle season, if you've been going at YouTube for a little bit and you feel stuck, if you can't seem to reach that next level, hey, maybe you're someone who's already full-time or just about to be full-time, and you feel like there's a next level that you're trying to get to. We have a 5-stage system that I'm going to be breaking down so that when you leave this training, you're not only going to know where you are in this whole YouTube journey, but actually leave with your next step so that you know what to go do, because that's how you're going to get to the next spot. And hey, I'm so pumped you're here again. Welcome as I'm seeing y'all join in. I'm Nathan S. Wine, one of the lead coaches here at Think Media, and we're talking all about YouTube, what it actually takes to make money on this platform. And hey, I mean, some of this could sound maybe like a little hype. I don't know if you've been to some sort of class like this before. You could be jumping in and you're like, man, is this going to be legit? I at least, if I may be so bold, right here at the top, yes, this is going to be legit. I'm very pumped to walk through this. Actual case studies, actual next steps. You're going to walk away with measurements that you can assess your channel with so that you know how to get to your next stage. Well, hey, it is my honor to bring up Logan Lorton here. She is head of our Video Ranking Academy at Think Media. She's head of student success here, and it's her job. Her week to week, her day to day is the coolest thing, in my opinion. She's literally interacting with people just like you that are at some level of success with this YouTube thing or just starting. And she is the person that gets to know you, that gets to help you block out your next steps. And most importantly, what I love about Logan is you can't leave interacting with her feeling a little better. So, hey, you know what? I don't know what your day looked like before this. I don't know what your day looks like right now, but I'll tell you what, you're about to see Logan for a little bit. She's going to walk us through a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of what to expect, and you're going to feel better. You're going to feel better already. So Logan, I'm so stoked to go ahead and bring you up here. Could you go ahead and walk us through what we need to know to be prepared for this class?
Yes, and I will keep it brief because I'm already looking at the chat, Nathan, and there are so many people that are saying, yes, I am in a side hustle season. So I know we are going to dive straight into the training. So just a few reminders. If you are currently on a watch page, meaning you're not on YouTube, you're seeing me talking on this live stream, but you do not see the YouTube live chat, you're going to click over to YouTube. Make sure you get there. We are going to be answering your YouTube questions live in the chat, which also means if you have any YouTube questions, please let us know. You can drop them in the chat. We'll answer them throughout the training. We're also going to be doing some Q&A at the end of the training as well. So if you have YouTube questions that you have been looking to get answered, don't be shy. Maybe you do feel shy, but we're just going to encourage you to ask it anyways. We all start at the same place. Your question may be helping somebody else as well. So drop those in the chat. We would love to be able to help you. And my last reminder is you may have gotten emails from us here at Think Media, and it may look something like this from Sean Cannell at Think Media. If you do see something like this in your email inbox, we are always sending out free resources to creators. All you have to do to mark us as a safe sender is reply to one of those. I will be replying to them over there. And one other team member, we are real people responding to your creator questions and replies. So if you just say, hey, got it, we're good. We're going to be marked as a safe sender so we can continue sending you free resources. So with that being said, Nathan, I'm going to pass it back over to you and looking forward to this training today. A lot of creators here that are in the right spot to learn how to not just be in a side hustle season forever, but to turn it into a real full-time income with their channel. So Nathan, thank you for the warm welcome. Thanks for letting me be here on this training today. And I'm stoked to get into it.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, again, pumped you're here. I'm seeing the number go up of people that are joining us. So just a quick reset. We are talking about how to make money on YouTube. So, hey, if you care about that, if you're interested, or if you're making money and you'd like to make more, let's just hang out together. Here's what I'm promising on my end. We are going to go through about 45 minutes-ish maximum of training. Legit training. I was telling you at the very beginning, there's no hype here. I've got case studies. I've got some receipts to share with you. I know you could be listening to a lot of people when it comes to this whole online business thing and using videos to make money and how do you make them connect. And so look, I just want to do my part to try to sift through the noise. I can't sift through all of the noise in 45 minutes together, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to do my darndest for you so that this was worth your time. Okay. I have attended many things like this before in the past when I was building my own YouTube channel. And sometimes I was disappointed. I showed up and I didn't get anything. And I was like, well, geez, I probably could have just worked on filming something instead. So we are going to be walking through a 5-stage system to help you reach $10,000 a month on YouTube. It's more possible than you think with a small strategic audience. And so let's go ahead and jump in. Hey, if you're ready, could you just go ahead and type yes? I just want to know we got signs of life. Could you just type yes? You're ready? Yes, ready to go. I'm prepared to deliver on my end. Your job is, if possible, block out this time. Get a notepad if you're able. I understand if you're driving. Would you please be careful? Oh, please be careful. But just really be trying to listen in and archiving those mental notes, so to speak. Hey, let's go. I see you. I see you. Invincible. Every day moves for seniors. Oh my goodness. Andy, it's going so quick. Second. Boom, boom, boom. Angela, Stephanie's, Alyssa, ready to go. Paul, I see you. Okay. Hey, let's jump in. I don't even want to waste any more time. Please drop questions in the chat as we go through, because like I said, part of this no hype class is not just me talking at you for 45 minutes. It's actually, I'm dedicating like a whole second half of our time together to answering your questions. No joke. Like, I just actually want to answer your questions. Just like Logan said, drop your questions in as we go through these stages, as we go through our training today. And I want you to please be specific. Use this time. Drop a specific question. I'm not scared to get specific. I'm not going to go vanilla. The more information you can give me about your channel and where you are, I actually just want to show up and freaking coach you today for a second. Okay. So let's jump in. So what are we going to cover today? Well, here's what we're going to go through: the 5 stages of YouTube growth, why most creators plateau and how to break through it. We're going to talk about how to grow faster in a changing YouTube landscape. Come on, somebody. YouTube's ever changing. How smart creators are leveraging new tools like AI, and the proven system for actually putting together a 10K a month online thing, an online YouTube business. And I don't want that word to deter you, the word business, and trying to build something. As you see, we're going to walk through these 5 stages, 5 steps, so that you don't have to just go from where you are to like the ultimate next level of craziness overnight. It's actually the better way to go about YouTube is to have a phased approach. And my goal today is to save you years of painful YouTube mistakes. And honestly, it's kind of wild to even think about like what I'm doing right now on my Wednesday in the afternoon because of this YouTube thing. Starting out myself, growing my own YouTube business. I know the channel name says Bedroom Producer. Some of you probably just left this, and I'm so sorry, but it's a niche name for a music production channel, which I will get into later. Nothing weird. But then also because of that, getting to be a YouTube coach, not only here at Think Media, but even before that, getting to work with a company and helping coaching creators, and then being a content creator myself here for Think Media. That's this place that you're at, by the way. Welcome. Subscribe to the channel, Think Media Podcast. Each and every week, we are dropping game for you to grow on YouTube. And so as we jump in, I know, fully convicted, the $10,000 a month opportunity is real. The kind of life Logan and I get to lead here at Think Media is such a gift because we're just interacting with people who, like, just about every week, another win comes up. People are hitting this benchmark because they're making YouTube videos. But there is also a challenge ahead, and it'd be so irresponsible of me to just show up and be like, it's all awesome. All you got to do is believe and try. I mean, there's part of that, but it's also like, no, there's actually like facts that we cannot avoid. And here's the fact. It's never been a better time, but it's also never been noisier. Here's what's cool. YouTube recently announced, this was just like a little bit ago last year, that they had paid creators over $100 billion in 4 years. This is like a full-blown economy is what this means. This, by the way, this industry that you and I are in right now, you can have a name for it. You can say it's the creator economy. This whole idea of being able to create something and launch something because you're a content creator and you connect it to other online endeavors. Like, that's you. That's me. We're hanging out here. We are in the creator economy. We are in something that's actually stable and is only booming. So the fact that their CEO, YouTube CEO, just said, hey, here's how much we've paid out over just the last 4 years is ridiculous. Here's something else that's pretty encouraging. The creator economy is projected to grow by 4 times. 4x by 2032, reaching over $800 billion worldwide. And by the way, just last year, this creator economy, again, the industry that you and I are both in, is already at a couple $100 billion. That's already where it just was last year in 2025. And it's only expected to continue to grow at this crazy rate. That's all awesome. But here's the problem that you and I have both felt. Here's some other stats. On average, there are over 20 million videos uploaded daily to YouTube. No, I did not just image generate that inside of Gemini's Nano Banana. This is like real. There are over 20 million videos uploaded daily to YouTube. This means like by the time you and I have, we've been live for like a few minutes now, there's already been thousands, maybe tens of thousands of videos that were just published on this platform you and I are trying to create on. So standing out at this point, it's not only harder, it's also a non-negotiable. Like with that kind of volume going onto the platform each and every day, that's a lot of content. It's no longer just about being difficult to stand out. It's actually, you have no choice but to figure out how to. And the cool thing is you don't have to stand out for everybody in the entire internet. You just need to be able to stand out for the kinds of viewers you want to try to attract, the kinds of audience that you're trying to build, the kinds of people that you are trying to reach. So how do you navigate this? How do we deal with these crazy stats, the good and the concerning? At Think Media, we have learned through working with tens of thousands of creators at this point, helping them go full-time, with building a living that they love. There's 5 stages. There's 5 stages that you need to go through. And by the end of this training, the goal is that you know exactly where you are in each of these 5 stages, and that you also know what's holding you back, and that you also know the steps you need to go do to get to the next stage or stabilize in the stage you're in. Because here's the big thing. TLDW, was that a thing, Logan? Too long, didn't watch? Here's the main idea. If you're stuck on YouTube, there's a really high chance you're in like stage 1 or 2, and you're trying to execute on stage 4 and 5 strategies. You could be in stage 3, and you still keep trying to do what worked in stage 1. Ain't gonna cut it. That's not how you get from 3 to 4, right? So this becomes freeing because you're gonna be able to know what actually doesn't matter. This is actually, which is cool. You're gonna be able to say no to a lot of things, and you're gonna know what to say yes to and double down on. So the real barrier isn't the YouTube algorithm as much as it is your identity. And before you hang up the phone, because that was too cheesy and you've met your cheese meter for the week, it's real. Because as a coach personally helping over hundreds of creators at this point, tactics matter. We're going to talk tactics, but identity is the thing that unlocks the next stage. And it's important to know as we jump into these 5 right now, there is a stage 0, and you need to know if you're here right now. So there are 5 stages, but there is kind of this hidden stage that's stage 0. And stage 0 just means, hey, you haven't posted yet. You haven't posted yet. And honestly, that could be where you're at right now. And I just want to say, first and foremost, from our entire team, you're not going to get any sort of judgment here. 0 judgment. I sat on the sidelines, I think, for like 18 months, longer than I should have, before I started posting with my channel 5-6 years ago. It's okay to be here. The point, though, is to acknowledge that you're here, because at stage 0, you don't need stage 5 advice. And if you're anything like me, what's that last podcast you watched? What's that last YouTube tutorial you watched? And how advanced did it feel? And how overwhelmed did you leave after that session? Whew, you're at stage 0. You know what you need to do? You know what you got to do is just get out of stage 0. And the good news is, if you're at stage 0, there's only one thing you got to freaking do to get out of the stage, and it's just post the video. Woo! Hey, that's awesome. This is epic. You just got to post a video. The moment you post a video, congrats, you're in stage 1. Whoop-de-doo. 0 tactics here. 0 crazy strategies. You just got to post something. After you've posted, you are in stage 1. And stage 1 is creator. If you got notes, this is the time. We're going to be going through each of these 5 stages here. You've gone from consumer to creator in stage 1. You crossed that threshold. You're no longer just watching YouTube videos. There was something about this YouTube thing that pushed you to step over the line and become a creator as well. And so at this stage, it's important to realize a couple things. Your channel is just started. You should be counting uploads, not views, which means at this stage, I actually, no, Coach Nathan, I don't want you to be in YouTube Studio. I really don't. I want you to be counting uploads. Did we do 5 videos? Did we do 10 videos? The average content creator on YouTube quits after 22 uploads. 22 uploads and never seen again. Or it's like a really long time before they come back. So it's kind of like you just need to prove to yourself that this is where you're at. At stage one, it's like it's really an identity thing. Like, oh man, I am a creator now. So I'm going to start my channel. I'm going to count uploads, not views. I'm going to learn by doing. Success for me is actually not the number of views I get as a stage one creator. It's actually the fact that I'm doing the creator stuff. Like I am posting. I did try again. I did mess up when I was recording and I didn't let that stop me. I reshot it, I finished it, and I published the dang video. I don't understand thumbnails. They scare me, but I'm figuring it out and I'm making them. You know what I mean? Like you are just effort. Intensity is happening at this stage. And it's a beautiful stage because you can't get to anything else. You can't skip this. You don't go from stage 0 to stage 2. You have to be in this stage. And here's what's cool. Well, I say it's cool. You're like, no, Nathan, I would love to make money. And that's the whole point of this training. It is, but this is just real talk. How do you know you're at stage 1 from a financial standpoint? Not just like, rah, this feels good. Yay, I'm posting videos. It's no, like there's not even a financial benchmark. This is the whole point. You actually have to have things in place in order for there to be a financial benchmark. And that requires skills and levels up that you just don't have as someone who went from 0 to 1. You know what I mean? There's different wins. And I also would want to encourage you here before we get into stage 2, that at this stage, you are actually getting some of the highest returns of your entire YouTube business career because you get the most returns from something when you first start it. Think about that. You get like a ridiculous amount of return for just posting a video because you know what you hadn't ever done before was post a video. So you like went from not actually doing the thing to doing the thing, how rapid you're leveling up your skills. And sometimes it results in overwhelm because there's a lot to figure out, especially doing YouTube. But I want to encourage you that overwhelm is part of the process. Part of that overwhelm means you're kind of doing something right because you're in uncomfortable territory. You're in an area where it's just new. It's challenging you. You want to quit. So you kind of keep going. And that zone is actually how you measure success. Hanging with me? You know what I'm saying? We got more stages. We got numbers and money to talk about, but I just can't even let you skip this. You have no shot at stage 2, 3, 4, or 5 if we can't get to this. So stage 1 is important. I don't want you to underestimate that. And someone who I think about in stage 1 is Sherry. In full disclosure, she's like one of our students. And she had no equipment. She's 77 years old. No social media, no experience. And she has said it's cool to share this. She was actually living in a homeless shelter. And so she was filming on her iPhone, age 77 at the library. And she posted her first video after working with us and some coaching. And her first video got 37,000 views, over 500 comments, and it did this in 30 days. This one video actually got Sherry monetized. And I want you to be careful because if you look at this and you see the title, you're like, she's talking about her dog? What? How did this even work? Caution. Don't get so cynical. Don't get so pointing fingers. That's not fair. It's not whatever the algorithm. Oh, the algorithm. No, it's not the algorithm. Like the fact is, I mean, she got coaching. So it's like we were able to help her with her first video, but it's also like this video is actually a really good video. I encourage you to go find this. No joke. Go watch it. You'll see what I mean. She's literally just sharing from her heart about this thing. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube is the thing you share about, the thing that resonates with you often resonates with a lot of other people. And so if you learn how to do the art form of creating videos to reach those people, people will find you amidst the whole bunch of uploads that are on the platform right now. And so Sherry had this identity shift. She went from consumer to creator, That is stage 1. Hey, stage 2. I'm telling you, we're cooking. Here we go. Stage 2 is momentum maker. If you're taking notes, momentum maker. And this is the stage where, consistency really does. It starts to compound. You might still be trying to figure out your consistency, in your week to week. But at this point, how do I know, Nathan, I'm in stage 2? How did I move from stage 1 to stage 2? You have a breakout video or videos. And I want you to write this down too, if you're taking some notes. VFW. VFM stands for viral for me. Viral for me. When I'm coaching somebody, one of the very first things I do is establish their baseline. What is that? What does that mean? I'm like I get into their YouTube studio, or they share their screen with me, and they're like, show me the YouTube studio. We're going through some metrics, click-through rate, average view duration, like this kind of stuff. And we're just getting a gauge for where they sit. What's the typical performance? And all we're trying to do, if someone's in growth mode, which you are, if you're in stage 2, is we need to get some breakout videos. We need videos to do things that aren't typical. So how do we do that? We're going to try to go viral for you. And this is a headspace, man. This is what gets you the momentum that momentum maker is supposed to have. This is how you go from stage 2 to stage 3 to stage 4. You adopt this mentality of competing against yourself. My baseline, videos typically get 50 to 88 views. You know what viral for you means? A 113 view video, because your videos don't typically do that, but this one did, right? That's viral for you. And so at this stage, that's actually how you're measuring success. So I don't want you to get it twisted. When I say breakout video, a lot of us think 1 million views. Hey, sure. Who wouldn't take it? But this could also just mean, no, I typically get 50 views and I had a video get like 94. And that is a freaking win. You're also still developing new skills, and you're also learning that you have to establish some routines now. This is why you're building momentum, because you learn, oh, wow, for me to be able to show up and do this each and every week, like I got to have some stuff dialed in. Like, what is a better workflow with my camera? Do I really know my camera that well? What is a better workflow for editing? Is there a better editor I could use? Is there a faster editor? Is my computer slowing me down? You just start to think more like a creator, because you're like, oh, this workflow thing is a part of my each and every week. I got to up my routines. I got to up my skills. And your analytics do start to show some growth at this point. What's a number? What are some numbers for this stage? Financially speaking, you would have earned your first dollar online. First dollar. That could come from a whole bunch of places, by the way, as we're about to get into, but you've earned your first dollar at this point. Maybe it could be like 100, but we're not crossing into the thousands every month. That's this stage. You're just starting, right? You went from stage 0 to stage 1. You go from stage 1 to stage 2. You have videos that are starting to go viral for you, and you've attached some sort of money plan to that video, so that ideally, when that video breaks out, even if that's to the tune of a couple hundred more views than normal, that video had a money plan with it. It was thought of, it was strategic, and maybe it could have been an affiliate link. It could have been a low ticket thing. It could have been just like you want to make an email list. And maybe to some of you, I'm speaking complete gibberish, and that's okay. We can talk about it. But the whole point is you make videos that have money-making activities. And even as you earn your first dollar, it could have just been from YouTube. You could have gotten monetized on YouTube at this point, whether it's that initial tier of 3,000 subscribers, or it's the 4,000 subscribers. Your first dollar solidifies you into this stage. And it's pretty cool. I think of Josh, who was in our elite group coaching program. So I actually got to hang out with him every week, sometimes multiple times, because he would just attend multiple calls, because he was just so dedicated to get something to work. And what's interesting about him is his channel. He actually had a channel that he built up to 20,000 subscribers. So Josh he's in the faith niche, kind of like discipleship. And he had already built up a channel. It's about 20,000 subscribers. But the thing is, his channel wasn't moving. Most of that came from short form content. And so he was kind of stuck. He had a channel that looked like it was successful, but there was no income to match the subscriber count. And I don't know about you. Have you ever tried to go to the bank and deposit your subscribers? No, you're not that transaction doesn't work. And so for Josh, he was like, man, I need to try to build something to make these videos go further for me. This is how you start to think at stage 2. His videos looked like this: 66 views, 100 views. The breakthrough for him was 2 coaching calls. So he showed up, his first group call. I was the coach that day, and we look at his channel. We go back and forth, but I kind of coach him on this one fresh idea. Hey, why don't you try a different video format? Different video format. You are typically doing this, and sometimes to just break out and actually get breakout videos, you have to break out of what you've been doing before. Sometimes it requires a switch up. And so I was like, hey, why don't you try like more of a reaction style video? He took action that week. He went, he filmed it. He did this reaction video to Steve-O, tied it to his faith niche, and it instantly became one of his best performing videos to date. And that was a fresh screenshot. I mean, since then it's gotten more views, but like that was just a couple weeks after he did that. And we took that one idea and he had a breakout video. He went viral for him. Then the second call, starting to build momentum. We got a video that broke out. The second call is the money plan. He came in and was like, okay, now he's back in the group. He's got some views happening, but he wanted to fix this money plan thing. He was like, okay, how could I don't want to like wait for YouTube to be paying me. And so we strategized around an affiliate program. This just means, hey, is there a product? Is there a service? Is there something that you use in your niche that other people in your niche could find value and benefit from because you stand behind it? For him, it was this Bible study software called Logos. And so he was able to connect with them. He got an affiliate link. He created a video talking about this software, linking to his affiliate link that he just got. And then this video pops off. This was a fresh screenshot. That was in 4 days, got over 9,000 views. He has since made follow-ups to this video. It's become a series on his channel. And he was telling me like, it's ridiculous. The views are nice, but he's like, dude, I'm just raking in, like I'm getting dings from people like jumping in using my affiliate link, and I'm getting a cut from Logos software for being the person that's recommending people. So it's cool, right? Getting to talk with him a little bit. And he was like, this is why he joined something, because he just wanted to he wanted something that could pay for itself and eventually become a real business. And seeing his affiliate income finally kick in was the first time that felt real. And this, you get that first time that felt real. I love that sentence, that you at least say that once or twice in stage 2. That's how you know you're in a momentum maker phase. So some takeaways, if you think you might be right here, follow what Josh did. When you go from 0 to 1, stage 0 to stage 1, you're often just doing things by yourself, right? Like you're often, it's just you. You know what I mean? And you're going off of what you know. And you also don't know what you don't know. And so in order to continue progressing through these stages, Josh decided, I need to get in a different environment. You know what I mean? And I just want to encourage you as well, in this stage, you could just be one fresh idea away. One idea away. And that, I mean, I can't make anything up. Like that's actually what happened with Josh. First Zoom call, outlier video. Second Zoom call, money-making video. He just needed to switch it up, and he needed to get one idea. And that can come from anywhere, right? Like that could come from an idea. That could come from like rallying around people who are just a couple steps ahead of you or side by side. You could be one idea away, and it's your responsibility as a momentum maker to get into different environments, because that strategic action you take will open up unpredictable doors. You don't even know what's on the other side of starting to accelerate through these stages. And Josh told me he's gotten like job offers from seminaries, like Bible colleges and stuff, people like who are asking him to come be like a teacher. And it's because of his YouTube content. It's wild. And so you just never know where you could be in this stage and as you continue to move through. And so the identity shift here is you move from dabbler to serious creator. Dabbler to serious creator. And a serious creator is actually what I want you to leave this training identifying as. If there's one thing you got, it's your ability to say this: I'm a serious creator, because it's a mindset. There's a set of behaviors that go with it, but it starts as a mindset. I'm a serious creator. And here's some food for thought. Write down what sticks out to you. Ready? 3 habits of serious creators. You have become a true student of the platform. You no longer blame it. You engage it. You learn about it. You learn how YouTube actually works. The second habit is you care about excellence in the details. There's this intensity phase when you're first starting a YouTube journey where you're just punching fear in the face, as we like to say around here, and you just press record. You just get the video across the finish line. You just figure out Canva and make a thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't know what you don't know. So you're just like, you're going crazy. There's a lot of intensity because it's something new. As you get into stage 2 and stage 3, you have to move from intensity to intentionality. So you start to care about excellence in the details when it comes to something like your video description, when it comes to something like your hook. You're starting to look at analytics a little bit. You're starting to understand what your baselines actually are, so you know how to improve upon them. And then the third thing is you've built real routines and rhythms. You're learning that to get to the next stage, You have to create something that allows you to be consistent and allows you to be sustainable. And cool thing for Josh is he loved the predictability of a routine. We need routines. And I think a lot of us can overestimate the event and underestimate the process, which just means I can't wait to do YouTube. This is me. I've totally been here. And it's so exciting and it's a big deal. And you like do your first video. But then you know what happens the next week is you got to make another video. You know what I mean? And so like you summon all this energy to do this big thing. Anyone felt this? I know I did. And then you're like, okay, crap. Like I have to do all that again. And then I have to do all of that again. And typical advice is upload at least once a week. And you're like, you start to have like a heart attack. You're like, how am I going to do that in my real life? This isn't even my full-time thing. Yeah. I mean, you get it. I get it. Josh gets it. You need to establish routines and rhythms. Stage 3. I cannot wait to answer your questions. I'm stoked about this. I think there's gonna be some good, I'm seeing these, Logan. I'm pumped about this. Okay. Hey, stage 3. We got a few more stages to go. Stage 3 is called Content Pro. Content Pro. There's a reason the word pro is in here. Because you've mastered something that takes a long time to master. Or really, it's not like you ever arrive at mastery. It's just like you're continuously improving and you're improving at a rate that you're seeing results. You're mastering packaging. Quick definition, packaging is really just title and thumbnail. You could argue topic in there as well. For simplicity's sake, packaging is what you wrap your video in. And the way that people make decisions on YouTube is choosing what to watch most of the time, for long form videos especially. So you choose what to watch based off the title and thumbnail that you see, right? So that's like that first battle that you have to win on YouTube, is learning how to get people to choose you. That's packaging. So you start to get better at that. And you're getting better at communication. When you turn on the camera, there's not as many fumbles. When you turn on the camera, you start to feel a little bit more confident because you got some videos under your belt. And you start to you start to use it as leverage and turn things into further income. So again, titles and hooks. You start to get better at packaging. As you get better at packaging and your communication skills increase, that just means when people choose you, here's the 2-part battle. Oh man, here it is. 2-part battle, napkin plan. How does YouTube work? Get people to choose you and get people to watch you. I'm really not trying to feel like reductionist out here, but like sometimes it's simple, not easy, but it is that simple. How do I get more views, Nathan? You need to get more people to choose you. And of the people that chose your video, you need less people to bail. Of the people that clicked in, how many stay? And then how long do they stay with you? That's why some of the key metrics on YouTube, and let me know if you want to go through any questions about analytics, by the way, please drop it. Would love to nerd out about this. Stuff like click-through rate, average view duration, average percentage viewed, your impressions. These are the kinds of things that YouTube literally uses to measure videos and put them in front of more people. So at stage 3, you just understand this. You're just really starting to understand how the platform works, and you begin working that system. How do you know you're here financially? $1,000 to $3,000. At this stage 3, Content Pro, you've cracked that $1,000 benchmark. So you're at least over that. But it's not like, and this is significant. Anybody, can we like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember hitting these numbers, and it was in my YouTube business. I was still working a full-time job, and it was remarkable, like how much this number can change your month. You know what I mean? Like this $1,000 to $3,000 can sure do a lot for a lot of us. And so this is no small feat. And I'm going to share an example for you. And I just want to be upfront. These results are not typical. They're real examples. But there's no promises here, right? Most people actually get 0 results because most people don't even do anything. And maybe that's a gentle call out to you and to me. This is not a get rich quick sort of thing. If you're ready to work, though, I do want to show you what's working right now, like how you could legitimately do something, get results like this to the tune of $1,000 to $3,000 a month because you post YouTube videos. Jacqueline, what's up, Jacqueline? Jacqueline, again, is one of our students, and she committed to learning the system. And she has this channel called the Wild Floridian, and it's this Florida gardening niche. And she developed a system and a process that took her from stage 3 to stage 4. And this is why I think she's such a great example. She started focusing on high intent keywords. She went more evergreen content. She started solving problems with every upload. And so one strategy that has worked incredibly well for her is an affiliate program. And again, results are not typical, but this is true. She has earned over $50,000 from just one affiliate program. That's just one income stream for her by posting a series of ranked videos. Ranked just means when people look for this kind of thing, you made a video talking about that kind of thing and you show up first or second. Like you're always showing up. So whenever someone has a question, whenever someone's looking for something, your video got enough positive viewer signals from people who watched it. People clicked, people chose you. People watched you, people watched more. And so that video ranks. It starts to be the thing that shows up whenever anyone has questions. Jacqueline did this on repeat. And in every video, it wasn't overnight, but it was a series of videos. It was not one viral moment. And this is often common in this stage. It's not just one big move. It's rarely ever one big move. The only one big move through the 5 stages of YouTube is stage 0 to stage 1, because that was your one big move. Published a video. The only requirement, that's a big lift. But in the rest of these stages, it's often a series of strategic moves. She went from $1,000 to $15,000 to $55,000 after 3 years of a strategy dedicated to simply showing up, serving people with the questions that they had, connected to a money-making plan. So in that video, her solution to viewers was, you should get these raised beds, these raised garden beds. And the proof's in the pudding. And it's kind of crazy because that's just not one affiliate program. She actually has multiple income streams. She's got I think she's got some sort of journal or book as well. She also has YouTube income. I think she has a membership. She has multiple things. And you start to build these out. She's moved on, right? She's in the further stages. But this is what happens when you stop guessing and you start becoming a content pro. You're learning skills, you're installing systems, you're quite honestly failing a lot. You are failing a lot. But because you established those consistency muscles in stage 1, stage 2, you're learning that, I fail forward. I know it's a little cheesy. Right? You fail forward. It's you almost don't fail, you just learn. You win or learn. Have you heard that before? And that's the mindset here, is turning on things, trying things, moving a little bit quicker, because you start to understand at this stage, the quicker I move, I just freaking go do. You have some strategy. It's not voiding any strategy, but you learn the value of speed. You learn the value of moving towards the next thing and just trying it so you can actually get results to make it better and turn it into something. You saw that graph from Jacqueline. It didn't start at $55,000. It was $1,000. Then grew to $15,000 by year 2. Then grew to 55. Right? And it's just this compounding thing, getting better and better over time. And that's what starts to happen at this stage. You're creating content that pays you again and again. And your identity shift here is you move from amateur to pro. Amateur to pro. This might be one of the toughest shifts to make, to be honest, is because when you have something that's doing well, you have something that's doing good, $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Come on, that actually changes things. Sure, that may not enable you to go full time, but the fact that you could do that while having a full-time job from making videos, I know it's a little simplistic, but honestly, that's what's happening is crazy. But in order to move to something great, in order to take things up a notch, you have to continue these identity shifts. It's these personality things. You have to continue to grow. And so there's a couple differences here. Hey, I just want to share a couple things. And I want you to jot down something that sticks with you. You can drop it in the chat, however you want to do. I really want you to engage here. What is the difference between amateurs and pros on YouTube? How do you crack this stage? Amateurs are going to try things and hope something sticks. Pros are going to operate from a plan. They're not going to guess as much. Amateurs wait for motivation before taking action. Pros will show up whether they feel like it or not. Professionals follow routines and systems that produce results. They practice on a schedule. They hire coaches. They get feedback. They connect with other people on the same path so they can learn even quicker. And if you're an amateur, you're gonna start to slip. You're going to start to consume more than you create. Even if at one time you were creating more than you consume, you can slip back into old habits. You're going to get discouraged easily because you're not operating strategically. You don't even know how to judge success. You don't even know your own baselines, and you keep comparing yourself to the Mr. Beasts. And you're like, the Mr. Beast isn't you. You know, you focus on quick wins as an amateur. And so when you think about getting to the next stage, I want to ask, like right now, do you know where you are? We got a couple more stages. Excited for some Q&A to come up. Do you know where you are? Like, are you in one of these right now? Like stage 1, 2, 3? I would love to know. Please drop in the chat. I'm going to keep moving. But I would love to know if anyone already is like, oop, that's me. Yep. And by the way, stage 0. Stage 0 is one of them. Stage 0. Hey, here we go. Everyday moves for seniors. 2 to 3. Okay, we're in transition. 1 or 2. Okay, between 2 and 3. 1 or 2. Annie? Seriously, special shout out. Yes, stage 0. You have the simplest and most difficult to-do list. And it's just one thing. Upload a video. Stage 1, Damien, let's go. Probably a 1, learning. Stage 0 again, love it. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're here. 1, 2, 3, yep. Systems in place, but no framework. 1.5, yep, come on. It's great. Hey, so let's keep going. And I hope you already have a little bit of an action plan going, but I would love to get specifics on your situation. If you're someone that said like 1.5, 2.5, like what's the half about? Drop a question. What's your biggest concern? What's the biggest thing holding you back? What are you unclear of? And we're going to talk about it here in just a little bit. Okay, let's jump in. Stage 4, building revenue systems for a sustainable business. This is what you're going to do at a business builder level. Oh boy, here we go. Content pro to business builder. That's a pretty big leap. You know, that's a pretty big leap. What are you doing here at this point? There's this compounding effect, to be honest, that's in place because of the past few stages, making videos, trying your best, learning, coming up with money plans, videos come out, point people to money plans, money's kind of coming in, right? Like there's this compounding effect that happens, but you start to broaden what's working. You start to double down on what's working. You start to create new things, more offers. That just means more things you could sell, more things you could put together for people. You're building out systems. Delegating begins here. This is often where you start outsourcing. This is where it makes a lot of sense for you to think about bringing on an editor, for you to think about someone who manages your thumbnails, for you to bring on someone who actually even just handles the minutia of like optimizing, uploading videos, the whole system from you filming to your editor. Like this is where those trades, they often make a lot of sense because your time becomes more valuable in these other areas. And this is also the stage where you're going to find consistent income. What would that income look like? Between like 3 and 10. Here we go. We're knocking on that door. What I tell you at the beginning, what it actually takes to make 10K a month on YouTube. How do you do it? Well, you got to stop trying to do all the stages at once. You need to identify where you are, have the humility to let other things go, and focus on the next thing you need to do. You go from stage to stage. Right here, we're knocking on that door. And when I think of someone in the stage, I'm seriously not trying to flex. It's just, I think of me. This was my story. My story, going from a brand new creator, waiting 18 months to even press record, to a multi-income stream YouTube business. And I built my YouTube channel around my passion, my love at the time, which was music. And I actually had a little bit of success with music. I was doing music ever since I was a kid, rocking the bowl cut. Thanks, Mom. Should I bring it back? No, but I kind of think about it sometimes. But this was always in me. This was my thing. This was my thing. It was easy for me to think of my niche when I was able to piece everything together. And so I actually had a little bit of success as a musician, whatever you want to call it. I was able to write songs for film, for television. So like I kind of had some receipts to show. This is over time. I mean, I'm simplifying for time's sake. Over time, you know, being signed with an agency and like doing all that kind of stuff. And so what I did on my YouTube channel was help people do what I figured out. Here's how to write, record, and produce songs by yourself without a team from your bedroom, hence the name of my channel at the beginning, Bedroom Producer. It's not what it sounds like, told you. And really, I was trying to appeal to the people that were trying to do this all themselves. So it was a niche audience. I had a small but strategic audience. And this is how it broke down for me. What is like a business builder income? What could it kind of look like? At least for me, here's what it looked like. And often for people in this stage, it looks like this. There's multiple bullet points. YouTube, there's like on platform stuff, YouTube ad revenue, sure, like a super chat or whatever, or a tip, that would come in, or a thanks, right? But then there was other stuff that happened. Most of it's off platform. It's like affiliate revenue. It's contract work that came in. It's people I got to partner with to promote their products. A couple brand deals in there. The biggest thing was the recurring digital course sales. I put together courses teaching people how to make music. And then actually, believe it or not, one-on-one coaching, like artist development, was a very lucrative thing for me as well. And you got to remember, who's my audience? The stereotypical broke musician, right? And was still able to get to this. It was about $30K a year, give or take, about 10 hours a week. I still had a full-time job. I got this to about 10 hours a week. Why? Because I had to get certain systems in place. I didn't have the luxury of doing this full time, of doing this all day, because I started this at the worst time in my life, to just keep it real. This is why I hope you can sense that I understand where you are at, especially if you're in a side hustle season. Kindred spirits right now. I started my YouTube channel at the worst time. I was in this, it's like I had the least time, had the least energy. I was in a bad workplace. I was in the martial arts industry, which is the kind of thing like, if you know, you know, but I was being groomed to take over my own school. So I was currently co-managing a school with about 500 students from age 4 to age like 78, and learning how to do that, how to take that over. And that industry is 6 to 7 days a week. It's no joke. Like you can see here, like if I am not doing something in the gym, meaning like teaching a class, right? Cleaning the gym, doing a birthday party, doing a seminar, right? Then I'm actually outside the gym in the offices making cold calls, or I'm scheduling things, or I'm thinking of like, oh, how can we get more people in? I'm following up with people. It's like a lot. And it's a very draining job. So I understand not having a lot of energy. And so for me, I decided personally to do what everyone here is like, has done. Like Josh jumped into coaching, getting help. Same with Jacqueline. Same with Sherry. I did the same thing. And like, here's the proof. I apologize for the chicken scratch, but this was me, like 5 years ago now, jumping in to actually Think Media's stuff, like Think Media's course of teaching YouTube. I jumped into way back so that I could figure out how to go further, faster. And it actually got to the point where I go back, check that out. You see on the bottom there, that attack debt section? Yeah, if I forgot to mention, we were like over $50,000 in debt. We had this work schedule. We were like, how are we ever going to have a family? It's just all the kinds of stuff my wife and I were going through. This YouTube thing was a way out, is what I'm trying to say. This YouTube thing was the way out for me. But in the midst of a difficult season of things not working on YouTube, me kind of posting and then kind of stopping, I was dabbling. I wasn't going through the stages. It got to the point where I actually wanted to call it. I wanted to give up. And shout out to my wife here, who didn't let me quit. She was actually my coach in this season. And I got to be honest, like I can empathize with you having this dream, with you having this thing that you want to do. But it's difficult to explain it to someone like a spouse or a family member, or even just close friends or roommate, and they don't get it. And you don't have support from the person you should have support from. I do understand what that's like for more of like people who I would consider like parental figures to me, like completely just like dashing my dreams. So I can empathize with that, but I didn't have that from my wife. I had the opposite pressure, which was actually like, no, you're not stopping. You're going to keep going. What equipment do you need to buy? I'm like, oh my goodness, what the freak? Oh, it's like a different kind of pressure. I was like, shoot, I got to show up, man. I got to get something to work. And so I reworked the system. I went back to the basics. I clearly had missed something. I was trying to jump stages, and I went back to the basics and started creating videos that answered questions, started getting better at titles and thumbnails, getting better at communicating. I'm moving through the stages, getting more people to view my videos. And I had those videos connected to money-making activities, which was all that income breakdown before. And the coolest part of the story for me, it's fun to share about the YouTube numbers and stuff because that matters. But I also just want to say, like, there's this whole life change that happens. And like my wife and I got to tell Dave Ramsey, hey man, like we did it. We're debt-free. And the reason we got debt-free way faster than we would have before is because of my side business. We funneled just about everything that my YouTube business made into paying off debt, into just getting out of it, moving quicker. And we started to then get to use that money from my business to not only pay off debt, but do things that my wife and I didn't get to do. Working in the martial arts industry, again, if you know, you don't get time off. If you take sick days, sometimes you get made fun of because it's just a culture thing. It really is. Like the people my bosses were trained, they were like 7th, 8th degree black belts, trained by hardcore 8th, 9th degree Korean black belts. Like no joke stuff. And so the idea of vacation, the idea of benefits, the idea of anything other than hustle and showing up and burning out being a badge of honor, I didn't get to take vacations. We didn't take a vacation for over 4 years. Guess what paid for our first vacation? We found this little Airbnb, this like renovated silo. It was cool. It wasn't crazy expensive, but YouTube paid for it. And fun note, this is actually where we found out we were pregnant with our first child. Is the dopest thing. I could talk about that all day, but we got to keep going because we're talking about YouTube. So what am I trying to say? I've personally been at 4 of the 5 stages on this YouTube success path. And I can tell you firsthand, you don't need a big audience. You do not need a big audience to build a lucrative YouTube business. You need these other things. You need tactics, but you need to understand which tactics apply for you in light of many factors, but your current season and where you're at, your current ability level, you need the right mindset. You need a system to plug into and this business builder identity where you move from content pro to entrepreneur. This is the shift. A lot of us are trying to jump into the life of an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial version of ourselves, without understanding you don't just become an amazing entrepreneur. Like just like anything, you don't just become an amazing basketball player. You don't just become it takes reps. It takes the work. And what's incredible is how YouTube continues to open doors, just like it did for Josh. I actually, full disclosure, last year sold my YouTube business. Like the YouTube channel, sold the channel, sold my domain name, sold my online business, all the courses, all the assets. And I actually gave that up to become an intrapreneur, which means getting to be like an entrepreneur in someone else's castle, getting to work here at Think Media, because I realized for me, this whole cycle had continued. This whole 5-stage thing almost kind of reset for me in a different direction, all because of YouTube. Could I have taken my own channel and gone like all the way, whatever, full time? I would like to believe yes. The fact that it was already about 30K, give or take, 10 hours. I had like 40 plus hours a week. I'm like, yeah, I could see that path happening. But for me personally, in my story, I get way more of a kick, way more of a love about helping you do this. I want you to do this because I understand that it's not just about the videos going viral, the money that you're making. It all matters. Yeah. But it's also about like how you change and how you get to actually step into the weeks that you envision for yourself and like how that kind of a thing can hit and impact your family and hit and impact other people. That's what I'm all about. And so, all this to say, I never thought the word acquisition, that this Missouri boy over here would get to use that word. And, I gave it to a buddy, so he got a bro deal. I wanted it to be in good hands, but nonetheless, like thousands of dollars that we got to use towards funds for a second baby, paying the midwife bills. So that's fun, but it's kind of cool to pay all that at once. Hey, 5 stages. Number 5, last one. Creator CEO. Creator CEO. Oh boy. Yeah, this is where you get when you are multiplying systems, you're building legacy, you've been at it for a minute, man. Like you've seen some things. Anyone seen those pictures of the presidents, like of what they looked like before their term and what they looked like after you see like Abraham Lincoln or something, and like they put him back to back and it's like, whoa, homie went through it. It's like, I feel like part of that is kind of how you arrive at this stage. Not that it's like you're just ridiculous, but you just been through it. You've been through battle, man. Like it wasn't easy. You had to go through stuff. It wasn't always handed to you. And so at this point, you've got that grit factor with the experience factor, and you're building a team. You're building out operations. You are hiring people for full-time positions to do things that a company needs. You have multiple income streams. There's a long-term vision, and this is where we're minimum at this point, hitting that 10K a month mark. And honestly, like this, it could just scale all the way up. Because you don't leave this stage once you hit it. This is the idea. It's like Now you're just getting better in this stage because this is where you've arrived and you have the ability to scale. This is how do people get all the way to, I hope you're seeing the trend. Nobody just gets there. You go through stages, you get help and accountability to help make those stages move quicker for you. And then this is how you get to the stage where now everything is compounding over years and you get to scale into this multi 6, 7, or even 8-figure thing. And I think about Sean Cannell, who's the CEO and founder of Think Media. This is crazy. Like, this is so meta. And now it gets a little like interesting right here, Inception style. But like, I was a dude that went through Sean's YouTube business. I watched his videos, bought his course, used his stuff to grow my own channel. And because of the thing that Sean built over here, it just keeps growing and building. He's hiring and building. I did my thing over here. Now I'm right here. Like, I'm here with you because of Sean. I have a full-time job because of Sean, me and like whatever 30 other people on the Think Media team at this point. But it's because he went through these stages and he started with nothing but his message and a smartphone. And if he was here, he would be totally cool sharing this. Like, he is so bullish about his beginnings because the beginnings look a lot like all of ours. It's messy. It's not easy. It's often not in the ideal season, but he built momentum. He worked through all these stages, one imperfect upload at a time, and his breakthrough came when he started upgrading his skills, not his stuff. So he realized the key wasn't actually buying more gear. The key wasn't actually getting that next little tactic. The key was becoming a better communicator. The key was becoming a better storyteller, becoming a better strategist, getting more clear on his vision and where he wanted things to go. He invested in courses, he invested in mentors, he invested in books, and he says it changed everything. And this is how he learned how to turn that momentum into a real business. He had to learn systems. He had to learn how to package offers. He had to learn all this business stuff, right? Like generating leads, funnels, creating products, driving revenue, to make sure that the business of Think Media scales beyond YouTube, to where at this point, it's not like YouTube is the only revenue stream. And YouTube stuff's cool. There's just some recent screenshots from like both the channels that Think Media does, the Think Media main channel, which you should totally check out, by the way, if you're interested in like tech stuff, YouTube strategy. Yeah, it's about like $30K a month from just ad revenue. Just ad revenue on YouTube. So YouTube's legit. Same thing on the podcast channel, like about $6K a month or so. But you fast forward to today, and it's not just YouTube. It's multiple income streams. It's a multi-million-dollar business at this point. And this growing team. And what's the shift here? You move from entrepreneur to CEO. Entrepreneur to CEO. And I know that this switch is the thing that can just take a lifetime. You get to this point and you are just continuing to learn. I won't even pretend that I know what it's like to be a CEO in this sense. I would say a lot of us you are CEOs of your own thing. But in this capacity, massive operations, lots of W-2s, the whole like legit thing, from what I can observe and understand, this is a stage you just never leave. You continue to get better. You continue to improve yourself. And the key is at every stage, you have to become a new version. I hope that this is what you understand and what you take away from this. You have no shot, my friend. You have no shot at that next stage, at those visions you have in your head, those dreams you have in your head, those goals you have in your head, whatever you can see, imagine happening, you have no shot as the current version of yourself. That version of you requires someone different than your current capability level. That's the whole point. It's purposefully outside your comfort zone. If it was in your comfort zone, I don't know that you'd really be here. I don't know that we'd really be hanging out. I don't know that we'd be coaching people each and every week, because you can just get it. It's like you just do it. You know what I mean? You're just used to it. The whole point is you're chasing after something you're not used to. It's not in your environment. It's not in your wheelhouse. And so you have to learn the things that version of you would need to learn to have that kind of dream outcome, kind of week, sort of rhythms, goals, etc. This is why the 5 stages matter. Overnight success is never overnight. I want to give you a final couple things here. I want to go through some accelerators. How do we accelerate through these? Because, man, you could be like, dude, that's like a whole journey. And I'm not going to lie, zero hype. Like, You don't just arrive at creator CEO. It's like, nope, you don't do it. But can you arrive at getting to that, your first dollar, your first hundreds of dollars, that compounding into thousands and getting to that 10K? I hope you see was not one big jump. It's not one big tactic you're going to pick up from the next YouTube video. It's a series of strategic moves that compound on each other, tailored to you and to what you actually want, not someone else's goals, what you actually want. And so there's 3 things that we have found to help people move faster. And I want to share these with you. We're about to get into some Q&A. I see these questions that Logan is starring, so I'm pumped about this. Let's talk about these. You need these. These are musts. To accelerate through these 5 stages, you need to develop self-awareness. Not trying to be a Hallmark card. I'm trying to say you need to know where you freaking are right now. And if you're anything like me, a fellow creative, a fellow artist, more of a free spirit, a big dreamer, big believer, it's what we do really well is dream. We crush it. We can see things other people can't, right? But often what comes at the cost of that awesome ability to dream is the ability to be super real, is to be anchored in a brutal reality, if I could phrase it that way, which is no, like where are you actually right now? This is why you need someone to assess you. This is something that can be hard to do yourself. The second thing is to invest in new skills. How do I move quicker? I'm going to really figure out where I'm at. What are my actual weaknesses? What are my actually limiting factors? What does my actual week look like? I can't stand my job. And I know I always come home depleted. I don't think I can create in the evening. I got to switch that around. Like, actually, where's your life look like? In that real life you have, how can we invest in new skills? And how can we get in proximity to the right people? These 3 things, just after being in hundreds of coaching calls at this point and having to work through this myself still, this is the stuff that breaks ceilings. This is the stuff about like how you move quicker, is having the courage to often do some of this uncomfortable stuff. And this path can be very difficult to go alone. And I want to encourage you at this point, I hope you can see, really laid it all out. And in just a few minutes, we're going to go through Q&A. I cannot wait to hear about where you're at with your channel, answer some specific questions from Logan. But there's 2 paths at this point I want to make so clear for all of us. You can. What do you do after all this? Because if you just found out what stage you're in, you know, oh, here's where I'm at. Like, what do you do now? You can go implement everything we've talked about. You can go to this on your own. And here's how you could do it. You could subscribe to Think Media Podcast. It's right here. That's where we're hanging out. Would love to see you, Sean and I both, each and every week, trying to drop some game, having good conversations, having relevant conversations. You can stay plugged into free trainings, like these kinds of trainings. You can also, this is a non-negotiable no matter what, you keep publishing and you keep improving. The other path is you could get help. The other path is you can get help. You can compress time. You get personalized direction, accountability in your week, man. Proven systems, stuff you don't have to go build from scratch. Something that like has already worked, you can plug yourself into, and getting yourself around some Avengers, a community of serious creators. I could not stand the holidays when I was building my YouTube business. Like, I had the support of my wife, praise the Lord, but like sitting next to whoever, Nana Kathy, I don't know, like who, I'm just making up names. Sorry if you're actually a Nana Kathy, no disrespect, but it's like, you know what this is, trying to articulate your dreams to people who don't really get it and kind of give you that look of like, oh, really? Still this again? Because people don't understand, you know, and goodness, I had a double dose, y'all. I had a double dose. I was a musician doing YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo! And it's just like in the music industry, a lot of people don't think you're successful or can make good money unless you're Beyonce, unless you're Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, like selling out stadiums, which is not true. That you can make a great living just being a songwriter behind the scenes. Same thing on YouTube. You don't have to be Mr. Beast. You don't have to be Joe Rogan. You don't have to be who, insert big name, whatever. Like you actually can just be unknown by most of the world, but known by a small part of it. And that small part of it matters. And you have impact there and you can make an incredible living. That's just what we do each and every day. but a community of serious creators. This is what I like to call playing YouTube on co-op mode. Forgive the nerdy video game terminology, but you play on co-op mode. And that's okay if video games aren't your thing, but the imagery is this. It's not just you solo. In co-op mode, you hand a controller to somebody else. You partner up with a buddy. And now that level that you couldn't beat, that boss you couldn't get past, that stage you're trying to crack into, you have double the chances because it's not just you by yourself. Handing the controller to someone else. And this is honestly why I'm completely stoked. If you are here right now, would love to offer you a free channel assessment. There's no strings here. You can apply at viralvideocoach.com. We'll be dropping a link in the chat. You're welcome to go there now. We still have Q&A. None of that's going away. But before we jump into that, I want you to get help. viralvideocoach.com. What's going to happen here? Full disclosure, you're going to need to fill out some stuff about your channel to make sure it's a good fit for where you are, because you have to have activity on your channel. If you don't have activity, go publish some videos, then come back and apply. You know what I mean? But like, assuming you're already moving, you just got into stage 1, at least minimum. I want you to go to viralvideocoach.com and I want you to get a free channel assessment. You're going to get on a call with a real person, someone from our team. You're going to get eyes on your channel who's going to help you strategize your next steps. And if you show up, this is the key. This is free. If you show up, if you can honor our team's time and you're able to show up on this call, we are going to actually go through a full AI-powered / human touch audit of your channel and of your situation. And this is the exact same tool that our YouTube coaches and strategists use with our one-on-one clients that we go through every quarter. We're going to give you one of those. It's personalized to your stage, to your niche, your channel. You're there in person with a person. You get to help fill in context so that you actually get a clear action plan for your next steps. And again, it is free. You just have to show up. viralvideocoach.com. In full disclosure too, like you will absolutely hear about our coaching programs, about ways we could help you. Does that mean you have to go do it? Absolutely not. There's no games here. There's no bait and switch here. What's real is you have a free channel assessment. And if you're serious, if you're a serious creator, apply, give us your channel info, show up to your call after you schedule it, come get your free assessment, and then learn about co-op mode. Learn about what can we move? There's multiple options. How can we move together? Regardless, you're going to leave with a plan and you're going to actually have talked to somebody who knows this industry. And I just got to be real. I know we've never offered this exact sort of opportunity before. I don't really know who else is offering this. And so I would encourage you to check it out, viralvideocoach.com. And in the interest of full disclosure, I want to share one of these coaching programs that you're going to hear about, and we're going to jump into some Q&A, because you're going to have your assessment and you're going to have a game plan. But the fastest way to upgrade that identity, the fastest way is to change your environment. This is what Josh did. This is what Sherry did. This is what Jacqueline did. This is what all the students we've been able to help do. And one of the greatest places to do this is our VRA Elite program. And this is a group coaching program for serious creators that you can jump into. You can grow faster, stay consistent, earn more on YouTube, have someone walk you through the 5 stages. These are real people, by the way. There's no AI bots. There's no AI chat stuff going on. Like, this is literally real coaches, real people, real strategists dedicated to helping you succeed each and every week, using the same strategies that didn't just help these few creators I shared about today, but at this point, tens of thousands of creators getting their different play buttons, amassing over 30 billion views. And the reason we put all this together, and that I want you at a minimum to take this opportunity serious and show up and get your channel assessment and show up and hear about your weak points and what could help you fill that gap, is because if you're anything like me or like the hundreds of creators I've coached personally at this point, your week probably looks like this. So here's the thing. That great big vision, how do you move through your stages? The thing that you and I both cannot escape is time. And how does time operate in the modern world, in our current era? Dude, we do stuff by the week. You know what I mean? Like, your weeks are where? Your dreams are built. Logan, can we save that for a motivational t-shirt or something? A little cheesy, but anyway, but it's real. Like your week is actually where you do the stuff. And if you don't have a plan, you're figuring it out by yourself. It's incredible. Actually, you need to start there. But at a certain point, you cannot operate like this with random research, editing, kind of guessing at thumbnails, second guessing the next day, reacting to comments and feeling bummed out. So you start watching tutorials, you second guess the topic you were going to film, a little burned out because who knows, because of the workplace, because of what you ate that day. I've totally done that. And you're like, yeah, okay, I'm done. Like I'll hit it next week. I'll hit it next week because I'm kind of scrambling into the week. I still no plan. It's all good. There's no system. There's no feedback loop. There's no one to ask about anything. There's no one that you could actually just show up and say, hey, I'm burned out. Help. You know what I mean? Like your energy is scattered. This is why we put this together. And I just want to share really quick what your week could look like, how it could be different as soon as this week, or even next week. What if on Monday you could show up and you entered your week with a plan? By the way, this is what you can go get for free right now. If you apply, if you show up for your call, you will get to walk through this process of planning, getting a custom game plan with our team. So I'll tell you what, big thank you to Think Media. You could have that. But this is why that plan is just one of the tools. Imagine the next day, okay, all right, here we go. I got my plan, so I know what I'm doing. Every move I make is actually on purpose now. And so I'm going to show up to the group coaching call. We have 7 of them through the week, various categories. One of them, by the way, is just an office hour. So let's say you're filming on Wednesday. Cool. Dropping some stuff in the community. You show up on your Thursday because you're going to publish on Friday. You show up Thursday because there's an office hours dedicated to title and thumbnail feedback. That's all it is. It's literally it. It's all you do. Hey, here's my upcoming video. Here's whatever. You get to share your thumbnail. You get to share your title, get feedback, get changes in real time. So the next day or whenever you decide to publish, you can actually go publish. And you can publish from a place of strategic action that you had accountability. You had everything that you probably don't have right now. And here's what I love and get to see, having lived this out myself and then helping other people. How do you not win with a week like this? You do this process, showing up strategically, getting coaching, having accountability, and publishing on a consistent basis, times 52 weeks. You did this for a year. How are you not in a different, how are you not in a different spot? If you show up and you take it seriously. And full disclosure, as you get on that call to get your free channel assessment, none of that's fake. It's legit. You're going to get it. You will hear about this. The standard investment for this program in that kind of week is $6,000 a year. So $6,000 for 12 months. Something that we put together for this class and for this training is a 6-for-6 promotion. That just means if you buy 6 months of Elite, this coaching program, you will get 6 months free. So that means it's half the price for the same amount of time. $3,000 for 12 months of that rhythm inside of Elite. We're going to jump into some Q&A here, but I want you to know that this program, this coaching program, we believe in it so much. We have thousands of testimonials now that we are stamping, we're putting this out. I don't know of personally, I don't know of anyone else who's able to promise something like this. The 2x growth guarantee. You get into this program, you're already paying half price. You get all the accountability. If you don't double, it's not a typo. You don't double your measurable growth, we will keep working with you. That's just how confident we are in our coaches, in the rhythm we've set up. If you don't double your measurable growth, we will keep working with you. And just so you know, this is not for someone, if you're looking for magic buttons or overnight fame, please, if you're a course collector, you don't need to do this yet. It's not going to help you. It's not going to serve you. This is built for serious creators, serious people who aspire to actually do something on YouTube, to become a business owner, and creators that are ready to implement, grow, and win. And final thought here. I'm just talking to myself at this point. I waited those 18 months to even start posting. And when I started posting, I was dabbling anyway. It was such a waste of time. You will either start this now or you're going to be thinking about it later. And what I don't know about you, I don't want to get to the end of this year around the holidays. This is for me, at least, the time where I got more reflective and kind of got a little bummed out, to be honest, even though it's a great time. It's like, man, I still didn't do that thing You know, like I still did not do that thing. Another year went by, or I kind of started and I kind of stopped. And what I want you to do is have the thing. When I started, I didn't even have this kind of structure. Like, to be honest, like Think Media and our process is like so evolved. I still didn't have that. You have the opportunity to every single week be handheld through the process of achieving your dreams. And I don't want you to still be thinking about it in 2027. So, hey, I want to encourage you, play YouTube on co-op mode. It is almost halfway through the year, but at the same time, it's only almost halfway through the year. There's a lot of good work that could still be done. And my goodness, if you're able to jump in around nowish, you have 12 months of that kind of a rhythm that all kicks off with your free channel assessment right here. Like, go ahead and get that first part done. Man, there's no way you don't win. There's no way you don't win. So as we transition here into some Q&A, final reminder, you can apply for free, no strings attached, at viralvideocoach.com to show up for your call because you're a serious creator, to get your free channel assessment. That's legit. You will have that. In full disclosure, you're also going to hear about some options for coaching. So let's go ahead and transition over. Logan, is it cool? I'll bring you back up on stage here. And I'm stoked. I don't know if you have anything to share, Logan, but
Yes.
I'm sure to jump into Q&A.
You know I do. I just have one. And we have Lorena here with us. And they said, this is a fire offer. Our channel doubled in AdSense revenue within 3 months of being part of Elite and following the plan.
Yo, pro team. Hey, Lorena. I
Yes.
know you. Lorena, what up?
So
Star
cool.
student.
I just had to share that.
That's
Nathan,
cool.
I love what you said about the co-op mode and being able to do it with other people that get it. And when you shared your graph of what your week may look like, and it was kind of all over the place, there were a lot of people that resonated with. And so I just really liked that you said it's a co-op so that people know that they don't have to do it alone or figure it out alone.
Yes.
And that people really do want to come alongside them. And if you're here in the chat, we would be honored to come alongside you in your creator journey. And we would love to see your channel double in size and in growth. And hey, that free channel assessment, incredible value, Nathan.
Yeah.
Just another reason to head over to viralvideocoach.com so you can have somewhat of a game plan moving forward. We are still in Q2 of 2026, Nathan. There is a lot of time left before the end of 2026. So let this be your push of encouragement to, maybe you feel scared, maybe you feel nervous to book that call and you don't know what is going to come from it. Our team would love to chat with you about what is best and your next best step in your creator journey. Truly no strings attached. You get a free assessment as well for your channel. So they're waiting
100%.
to assist you and walk with you, and we would be honored. So
can I double down on that, Logan? So quick, I know we're going to get into Q&A. I would actually just want to say this, if I may be so bold, and I hope at this point, we've been hanging out together this whole call. You hear my heart, you hear Logan's heart. I'm saying this out of love. I'm actually saying this to previous versions of myself, sometimes current versions of myself. The fact, this is like off script, not that there even was, but like the fact that there's a place you could show up for free and talk to another human who knows what's up in this thing you want to do, get a game plan that's on the house and hear about options to get to go faster. If I understand feeling nervous, but if you won't show up to something free where you just get an actual game plan and a strategy, if you won't show up to something free, I don't know that you're that serious. I'll say it. And maybe you'll become serious in 6 weeks. You know what I mean? But I will say this, if you can't show up to something free that was put together for your benefit, and you're going to hear about some coaching stuff, like, man, I would seriously challenge the seriousness of this. And I think just no matter what, keeping it real, I don't know why you wouldn't show up to hear about some stuff. So yeah, that's what I would say, Logan. It's a little bit of a push. You know what I mean? Show yourself you are serious about this and go get some game. You know?
Yeah, I see one question here that I want to address, and then we'll get into Q&A. We are ready.
Sure.
We have starred your YouTube questions throughout this training. So one, if you asked your YouTube questions, thank you. We're excited to be answering those. I see one here, though, from Kristen that said, how is this different than Video Ranking Academy?
Great question, Kristen. So Video Ranking Academy, what up, by the way, fellow alumni. That's what I went through with my channel. That is more of a do-it-yourself approach. It's there's still community. There's still places you can show up to actually have your channel audited, to get feedback. But those opportunities are not nearly as intimate as the elite program. So what's the difference? You're moving through VRA, you're moving through the same strategies, but you're doing it in a different rhythm. You're not doing it by yourself. You're showing up at kind of that week that I laid out. Like I said, there's like 7 calls all different times. You can work with your schedule. You can submit questions. They're recorded. You can make one, all the good things. If you have details, we can talk about that. And you can also talk about that on the call too. But the main difference is doing VRA with like 5 or 7 other people and a coach every week, and having a place to be able to share your videos. And the difference between VRA and Elite is also the hands-on approach. So inside of VRA, which Logan, you can speak to as well, right? You've got your course, you've got things that you're moving through, which honestly is the move for some people. But it's just, if you're someone that wants that extra level of accountability weekly, where it's like we're in a Zoom room together and you're literally telling me to my face, right? Like, what's going on with your week, your struggles and your pain points. That's the main difference, is there's just that extra notch of personal dedicated coaching. And you get to
Yeah.
develop that
Yep, I
relationship.
love that. It's everything inside of Video Ranking Academy. You get access to that, and you get small group coaching. So you're face to face multiple times throughout the week, getting your questions answered directly, having a strategic game plan laid out by somebody else. So you're not necessarily having to fill the role of creative director on your channel. It is so hard to distinguish, Nathan, I'm so passionate about this and I want people to learn this.
Come
And then
on.
taking off that hat and then being like, okay, but maybe they don't want to learn it in the way that I'm trying to present it. So how can I be the creative director and how can I
Mm,
XYZ? So I would say this elite coaching program helps take a little bit of stress off your shoulders so you can still enjoy creating content, but someone
yeah.
else can wear that hat with you
Yes.
so you're not trying to figure it out alone. So
Great way to say it. I, a,
hopefully,
lo- a lot of students will show up, Logan, to that call too. Just so you know, Kristen, like, a lot of students will show up to the call not knowing what to do, because
mhm,
you know they have a place to show up and you don't have to have it all together, because you know you have a coach, and not just a coach, but the other whatever 5, 7, 9 other serious creators who are in the same program, same level as you or higher, helping you diagnose the issue. It's ridiculous. That's why someone like a Josh Morgan, it is just no joke. And that's just one example of many. You show up and on your first call could actually get an unlock because of the filters in the room. That's just why it's a different week. And then you're pumped, because you're like, oh man, let's go. I got to connect with people. I got that connection. I have clarity. And now I get to go film. I get to go whatever. And then I get to come back to the group and share what happened. You know what I mean? Like, that
yes.
kind of process is why we put that together. So
I see this answer, I guess. I was gonna say question, but really it's just a comment from Homesteading New Zealand.
hey,
Booked my
cool.
call. So excited. Thank you for taking us up on this free opportunity to get an assessment and to connect with our team and learn about some different coaching and co-op options. I know our
Let's
team will be
go.
stoked to connect, and there is limited calls and seating available for these free assessments. So if you are on the edge and thinking about it, do it, do it nervous, do it scared, push yourself outside your comfort zone. And I just want to encourage you. There's no strings attached from the team. Truly, everything
Yeah.
that Nathan has explained is going to happen will be at that assessment and call. So, yeah. And this is what, thank you for that slide, Nathan.
Yeah.
Viralvideocoach.com. You can apply, and super, super simple.
Love it. I'm ready to
Uh,
rapid fire, Logan. Like, I'm
okay.
too. I'm fired
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's rapid fire because we can really chit chat about all things YouTube. So we're gonna move through these as quickly as possible to hopefully tackle as many as we can here. So,
Yes.
oh, awesome question. Just need to follow that link. Yes, there's gonna be some questions for you to fill out. Just figuring out where you're at on your creator journey so that once
Yeah.
you get to that call with our team member, they can help you and make the most out of your time on that call. So follow that link, fill out a few questions, and you should be good to go.
Let's go.
Okay, I've got a question for you about stage one,
Yeah.
which, if anybody needs a revamp, stage one is creator. You've gone from consumer to creator.
Come
How
on.
many videos should we do in stage one?
Oh man, this is great. So, and this could range. This really could range, because you're supposed to count videos, right? So I appreciate the question. How many videos should you do? I want you to at least count 20 to 30. I need 20 to 30 of the videos from you. And like, because if we're on a brand new channel, I'm saying if you're like on a new channel and you've been posting and you have like you just don't have enough data for your analytics to quite make sense yet. And so I want 20 to 30 videos out of sheer volume. And honestly, man, it's more important that you're getting the reps in. That's almost more of the reason to say 20 to 30 videos. So you get past that 20-second upload. And then after that point, you can start to it still count uploads, but it's like switching to, okay, now I'm going to like look at my analytics now. So how many videos to post in stage 1 to count? That's my answer, 20 to 30. But you could be posting a lot of videos in the stage because there's kind of that like income level, like when you break through and you make your first dollar, right? Like you're crossing over into momentum maker. So hopefully that's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have another question here about stages. So I'm just going to throw it up on screen here, which is
Yeah.
stage 4, which is business builder. And Allegri Franz said you added a stat of 10 hours per week to get to stage 4. How
Mhm.
many hours per week do you recommend to dedicate for each previous stage?
Really good. And this is also season dependent, right? So it's
Mhm.
like, I did not start at 10 hours a week for me personally, like on stage 4, that's where I got it to on the other side of the like systems process, like just all that kind of stuff. When I started, I'll be honest, I think that was probably closer because I used weekends as well. Here's like a pro tip. If you can chat it up with whoever you would need to, roommate, spouse, friend. I mean, I had a side hustle Saturday. So the deal was, it's like talk with my wife, and she was obviously, like I said, supportive. So the first half of my Saturday, we just knew it was kind of this unspoken thing, unless there was some event that was planned. I'm spending the first half of the Saturday working on my YouTube channel. So that like really helped increase the volume spent during the week, because to keep it real, like during the week, I maybe had 2 hours mostly in the morning. Sometimes I'd fit in an evening thing, but mostly in the morning before going to work is when I'm doing that. So call that whatever, 2 times 5, that was 10 hours. Maybe I get another 6 to 8 on Saturday, depending on my energy levels and how early I woke up. And honestly, how much in the zone I was, call that another 6 to 8. So I would say like you could call it, I would just round up 20-ish hours sometimes in the very beginning. And so like really had to cut that down, and you get better as you go. So I honestly I would look at your schedule. It's the only way to answer this. Look at your schedule with your reality, self-awareness, your actual reality. How much time can you realistically commit to? How much time could you commit to on your worst week is the way that I've been phrasing this lately, because we all know we can plan. There's this advice to plan your ideal week, plan your ideal day. I get the sentiment behind it, but it's also like my ideal day doesn't often bump up against reality that well. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I like to try to flip it. I need consistency out of you. What's the schedule you could stick to on your worst week? Is it an hour a day? I will take it, and we'll strategize around that. So hopefully that's helpful. I kind of went a little over the place there, but your hours will change as you get more efficient.
Awesome. All right. Alyssa Torres says, what equipment is needed to
Mm.
start? Can I start with a MacBook and an iPhone?
Oh, please start with a MacBook and an iPhone. Yes, you absolutely can. Alyssa, 2 things. One, check out Think Media's main YouTube channel, all kinds of tutorials in detailed walkthroughs that our team has put together for free about how to create with your phone, how to film with your phone. Like, please go check out that channel. That'll be such a help. But if you got a MacBook and an iPhone, you are set. And that's exactly where you should start. I love starting with your phone because you already know it. A lot of us already use it to take photos, to take videos, personal stuff, whatever, right? Like you're already used to the infrastructure. So just start using that thing for this creative endeavor. And if you watch some of those tutorials on the main channel, you'll learn about lighting. How do you like do lighting with your phone? It's all a lot easier, in my opinion, starting with what you do have. You don't need to go crazy and get a whole bunch of tech right now. Not yet.
I love it. Awesome. Here's Invincible 47135. And this is a two-parter. So the first question, what are some things you can do to get views on gaming videos? Which
Nice.
it sounds like there's a few gamers in here actually.
Let's go.
Then he super chatted us and said, what can I do to get more views?
Ah, man.
So yeah, thank you so
Dude.
much for that and being just so active and encouraging in the chat. But Nathan, for a gaming channel,
Yes.
what can someone do to get more views?
Let's do it. And shout out, man. I'm grateful for that. And hopefully this was helpful to you. So here, ready for this answer? There's 2 parts. Logan, but maybe our team can find this interview. I was actually able to interview one of our coaches, or you could go check this out too, man, on our this channel, the Think Media podcast channel. And I was able to interview him about how he grew his faceless gaming channel, and he grew it so fast. This was a second ago, but I think it was within his first few videos. He was monetized. He had outlier videos, and he's a ninja. Not only is he a YouTube strategist, but he is literally in your niche. So like, I'm almost like mission one, go to viralvideocoach.com, get your free assessment, jump on with our team, because we understand that niche, but also go to this channel and find that interview, because that'll just be helpful to hear from him. But here's the secret. No matter the niche, there can be some nuances, but no matter the niche, there's this process that we teach at Think Media inside of our coaching programs. There's actually 7 steps that we walk through. So, well, here. Yeah. So I don't know if the camera is really going to be able to show this well, but there's 7 steps that we walk through right here. And the first 2, reverse engineer and research. That's step 1 and step 2, reverse engineer, research before you press record. So how do I get more views is a great question. How do I get more views in my niche? You need to do these first 2 steps, reverse engineer and research. What does that mean? Briefly, for time's sake, this means this might mean spending more time looking at what's working. If you have an idea for a video, going to YouTube and actually like searching the idea and seeing what other people have done and how well it's done to make sure that this thing you want to film is even worth filming. This is where a lot of us get stuck. We're making videos that no one really is looking for or would be interested in because we didn't validate it first. So validate ideas. How do I get more views? Make sure it's a video that does get views now, right? So like spend time reverse engineering, researching, so that when you record, you know that you're recording off the back of validated ideas. Now, does that guarantee that you're going to have an outlier video or get a whole bunch of views and go viral for you? Not necessarily, because there's still the execution piece, right? Which is why reverse engineering, literally watching what other people are doing, reading comment sections off the videos where you're going to make your own version. What stuck out? What did they miss? What did they resonate with? Literally studying the platform and trying to identify, what did they do well? How did they record their screen? How did they do their voiceover? By the way, like, I don't know if you're showing your face or not on the channel, but like the clips that you're choosing from the video games matched with the voiceover, thinking about like when people hit play on this video, what is the first thing that they're seeing and hearing? That's actually like our coach walks through that, by the way, like in that interview. So it's really the same process that applies to any of us. That everything I just shared applies to all of us. The 7 steps are like niche agnostic, so to speak. It doesn't matter. Like, just what's your channel? Cool. Do these things. Couple nuances there with the way that your format exists, really paying attention to the B-roll, really paying attention to even the games that you're choosing, what parts of the game have been proven in videos on, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that process of these first 2 steps, reverse engineer, research. Don't jump to recording from now on. Before you start recording, go study what's working and then go do your version of it.
Awesome. Thank you again, Invincible.
Yeah. Thanks.
47135. You're not invincible here. We see you. We're glad you're here.
Let's go.
And I loved this comment from your 5-star marketing. Said, thank you for saying it's not a get rich quick type of thing, because so many do.
Yeah. I'm so glad. I mean, hopefully you can get our vibe here is like, hey, if we're hanging out, we just seriously respect your time. And to be honest too, you can probably tell my energy. Like, I do not come from the marketing sales world. Like, I come from the coach world, and inside of Zoom rooms, I am paid to be incredibly real. I can't hype it. I'm paid to get somebody results. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just am not used to hyping anything up. That's not even our vibe here at Think Media anyway. But like, nonetheless, you're right. A lot of people do say, oh, just like flip these settings around in your YouTube channel and you'll go viral. I'm like, dude, man, it hurts, because there's a larger story at play, and I'm pumped for you because you can see that there is. That's also what's cool too, is like, I can tell, Logan, I don't know if you feel this too, the mindset of a creator when embarking on this journey, if you can go into it anticipating, you already know it's not going to happen overnight, man, your chances of success go way up. Because if you come into this thing expecting and anticipating rapid results, while possible, not likely, you will forever be frustrated every time you open up YouTube, because you've given yourself like this false goal. You should have made it already. You should have made it already. Not always the case.
Not always the case. I see a couple questions here that are
Yeah,
actually super similar. So let me find it in this sea of all of our comments here.
I know.
Logan French, I have been stuck since 2018. Top Notch King, I have been stuck on YouTube for 3 years. Can't
Oh, come
take
on.
it no more.
Come on.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Nathan, specifically is I know a lot of creators may come to something like this, like a web class training, and think, well, gosh, I've bought all the courses, I've done all of the things,
Yep.
and I am still stuck. Like Logan French said, I've been stuck since 2018. How does coaching change that cycle of being stuck?
Okay. If first off, mad empathy. Mad empathy. Like to be stuck since 2018 is no joke. So just want to say that out loud. See you. I hear you. We have a category for that here with this training at Think Media. Here's the reality. You are stuck because you're missing something. And I don't mean that in a slight. Again, I'm trying to keep it real. It's just facts. You are stuck because you're missing something. And so it's like our job, or my job as a coach, to be like, okay, we need to identify what's missing here. What's missing here? And that stems from really getting clear on like, what are we solving for? This is a coaching session right now, y'all. Sorry, hang in there, hang in there. You need to know these questions. What are you solving for? My favorite way to phrase it, because you posted a YouTube video, what happens in your life? What, Nate? What? Okay. You posted a YouTube video and I got views. That's cool. That's fine. But we're going to go deeper. What do the views mean to you? All right. Well, I posted a video and I got subscribers. I'm like, cool. Like that's great. Not subscribers and views. We need those. We do. But like, what do those subscribers and views do for you? How are you cashing those in, to use that language? What happened because you posted? Oh, I made a common answer. Oh, I posted a YouTube video. I sold a course. Oh, I posted a YouTube video and I grew my email list. Oh, I posted a YouTube video. My impact grew. The comment section was just like, wow, people really resonated. Like getting really clear on what you're solving for. That's my first mission, because once we know that, now we can diagnose what's not working to not give you those results. So something's missing. How do we find out what's missing? Depends on what you want to have happen. And I'm happy. I mean, we can jump to another question, Logan. I'm happy to go back and forth a little bit if you wanted to answer back and you're like, it is views, it is whatever. But to be stuck since 2018 means you're missing something. And the biggest solve, at least that I've seen personally for this, is getting ridiculously clear on what you're solving for and then trying a new content strategy. To me, that's a sign of like, we are doing the same thing and expecting different results to a degree. So we need to figure out what new things we can do to shake things up. One, so you feel a lot better as you do this YouTube thing, because you need to feel a little fresh, my friend. You know what I mean? Like you just need to feel a little fresh. You've been at it for a little bit. So I want you to feel fresh. Let's try some new stuff. Let's try some new ways of creating. Let's get you excited again about the content. And then on the other side of that, figuring out systems, rhythms, all that kind of stuff to make sure that you're creating off the back of things that we know are going to help you do the thing where you post a video and this solve over here happens. So yeah, again, happy to go back and forth if we want to, Logan, but no stress.
Awesome. And now I kind of want, as a follow-up question,
Yeah.
wanted to maybe tackle a little bit about niche. And somewhere in all of these questions, somebody asked, how do you find your niche when there are so many out there? And I think
Yeah.
that this is also a reason people can get stuck when we are wearing the hat of what are we doing that we're passionate about. And sometimes that can be like 5 different things on one channel, and we think we're niched down, but we're not at all. And then that can just confuse things and get our channels stuck. So going
Yes.
back though to the question, and I'll pop it up on screen when I can find it.
Yeah.
How does one find their niche when there are so many out there?
It's a great question, Tia. Honestly, like, okay, I'm definitely going to share. We actually have a framework that we walk people through to help you identify your niche, and I'll do that quickly here. But I also want to say, if anyone's able, you are actually struggling with your niche. I almost think, and you're serious about YouTube, because remember, you got to show up, We're going to hear about some coaching stuff. But if you're serious about this, this is part of what you're going to uncover or be forced to uncover. And the way to often process your niche isn't that you magically figured it out. It's you were exposed to other people. It's like you were around other people who prompted you the right way. So, we just don't have the time for me to do a full coaching session and like give you these questions to really uncover. But again, anyone who's here, if you're just jumping in, we're so pumped. We're offering free channel assessments for serious creators that might be interested in like some sort of coaching. And there's several different options there. Viralvideocoach.com. You show up, fill out some information about your channel. If it's a good fit, you're going to jump on a free call with someone from our team, and you're going to get to have a free assessment. It's the exact same assessment that our coaches do with our one-on-one clients. You're going to get that here if you show up. And so part of that game plan, Tia, is going to be, you're going to be forced to like reckon with this whole niche thing. But 3 things I would encourage anyone who's struggling with their niche to think about. We often coach that your ideal niche is at the intersection of 3 things. There's 3 P's: passion, proficiency, and profit. So a lot of us are struggling with our niche, or something feels a little bit off. We kind of feel like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because we only have 1 or 2 of the P's in place. We're like really hanging on to passion and haven't really went through the thought process around proficiency. How capable am I at this thing? And then profit. Does this niche make money? Right? Or we can hang on the other side. Sometimes it's like people are so concerned with profit, so concerned. I just want to make money. I just want to be in the niche that's going to make money. This is a common question. People have made videos about this. What are the highest paying niches? Right? Like, okay, we're really hanging on profit, but I'll tell you what, you ain't going to last long. If it's all about profit, number one, you may not even turn out good content, or if you do, it's not going to last because you don't have this passion piece over here, which is the fuel that keeps you going. So Tia, how do you find your niche? Here's what I want you to think about, and everyone to think about: 3 P's: passion, proficiency, profit. What is at the intersection of all 3 of those P's? That should shrink your list. And you need to write them all down. I want you to write down everything you're interested in. This is a literal exercise. Well, I don't want to burn time, but like I went through it in my workbook back when I went through VRA myself. You just like write it all down. Oh, I think I could do this. Write down all your passions. Oh, skateboarding. Oh, whatever. Food, blah, blah, blah. Like just write it all down. Then you move to the second P from passion, move over to proficiency. What do I have proven results in? What do I have results in? Don't you let imposter syndrome get to you here. Just like, where are you 1 step ahead of most people, of some people? For me, in my music niche, obviously I was passionate about it. You saw the bowl cut, banging the drums when I was a wee laddie. What the heck? Wee laddie? Hey, this is the after party. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I think we just watched Brave a little bit ago, so maybe that's why that's in my head. Okay, moving on. So you had passion. Then the second is proficiency. Well, in the music space, I had receipts. I did have results. I had been paid by studios for the songs that I made to be in their television shows and movies. I understand that could sound like a bigger deal than it probably is, but like that helped. I was like, oh, I can do that. There's some proficiency there. You could have just helped one person. If you just have helped one person, a friend, family member, that is proficiency. You did the thing. I just need one case of that, right? And then the third P is profit. And profit just means if I enter into this niche, or what are the things that I could make in this niche that would give me money? And this is where you kind of got to put in that full-on business owner mentality. You're like, okay, I care about sales right now for a second. What could I build in this niche that I could sell? How could people pay me? Is courses a thing over here? Are affiliate links more of a thing? Do I do like consulting or coaching? Is that a thing? Do I like write a book? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You're just like, is it a physical product? You know, an Etsy shop, pattern designs? I've seen it all. And so at the intersection of all those, your passions, your proficiencies, where you could make some profit, you're automatically going to narrow your list, because you need a niche, in our opinion, that keeps you at the center of all of those, so that you actually have a fighting chance, right, to sustain this YouTube thing through the 5 stages. So that was a little bit of extra time there, Tia, but I hope that was helpful. And I hope that was helpful for anyone here too. You're struggling with your niche. Get a pen and paper, old school, passion, proficiency, profit. Write it all down. Which ones last the test? Which ones survive the cut? Those are some niche.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, and inside of VRA and Elite at viralvideocoach.com, if you sign up, you're going to get a free assessment. If you jump into Elite, we have actually an AI tool as well to like in conjunction with our niche finder course. Nathan, I was just on an onboarding call this morning and I said, even if you're here and you have 80,000 subscribers, I'm challenging you to go through niche finder because
Yo.
y'all, your niche is so important. It doesn't mean you can't broaden out over time, but especially if you're feeling stuck and you're trying to figure out how to get to that next stage, go back to your niche. What kind of videos are you creating? There's a golf
Yes.
channel here, Golf and Gospel. If you hear my voice, I just looked at your channel. You started uploading football videos and you're wondering what's going on. I want to just encourage you. One, we would love to connect with you at viralvideocoach.com to take a deeper dive onto your channel. But two, what audience are you serving? Who do you want to serve? Because maybe it's not solely golf anymore, but your channel is telling us it is solely golf. So we are so passionate about your niche. Figure out what that is. What audience are you serving? What kind of community do you want to have for the next 5 years? For the next 10 years, Nathan? That is so huge to reflect on, especially if you're feeling stuck. It's a feeling that is not new here. There's a lot of people in the chat that are saying that's resonating with them. So just wanted to
Mm.
encourage you wherever you are at, even for ourselves here, for our coaches, Nathan, for us at Think Media, we're coming back to okay, who is our target audience? Like, what
Yes.
videos are we creating and who are they for? Because that should be something we're continually coming back to. People are taking time out of their days to watch our content, to be on your channel. So we want that to really serve them. So if you're feeling stuck, your audience might be wanting something you've
Yes.
already done before, maybe something a little bit different. So anyways, there's a lot of pieces that go into content creation. And so we recognize that and just know you're not alone. And we would love to be able to assist you and help put on that creative director hat as well in your YouTube journey.
I'm so glad that you brought this up, Logan. Thank you so much. You could hear about this on the call too, but if you're like, there's like tools, AI tools. Yeah. I mean, there's actually a whole suite of AI tools that your dedicated coaches, will often assign you to go through. So it's kind of like we need this onboarding process. We really need to get a detailed picture of where you're at, where you've been, what you're trying to do, so that we can actually game plan appropriately. A lot of us are just following vanilla advice, And so for someone, this is mission critical. That's like struggling with niche. We're going to talk it out, but then there's also going to be this assignment of like, hey, using one of our tools, this is our niche finder tool that's available inside of VRA Elite. And oh my goodness, I mean, this thing is built. You just click on this button. If you have even the free version of ChatGPT, you can use this. You might hit a limit or something, and it might reset. But you can just walk through this whole thing, and it's going to walk you through. Look at that passion, 3 Ps. That's what we're going to go through. And key tip, literally, you can like talk out loud. I know this is becoming more of a common thing, but I still, Logan, think people are still like, if you're typing to AI, maybe that's how you articulate best, which is cool. But if you're more of a free spirit, maybe like just turning on that microphone and literally getting to be like, hey, so yeah, when I think about what I'm passionate about, it's like personal training. I really enjoyed that job. I also like really enjoy, like making things. So like building things like digitally. I don't like web design. I've really enjoyed doing that. I got to do that actually a little bit for my dad for like his church. And then I also think, I don't know, I'm just like literally like riffing right now, but then you can go through this whole process and you let the tool do its job. And then you can bring those results to a human, to a human who can give you the human touch of like pushing back on things, helping you game plan appropriately. So I'm glad you brought that up, Logan, because that is a game-changing tool for sure.
Yes. If you have been looking for somebody to talk YouTube with, not only is it our coaching staff and our team, but there is also an incredible community of creators that are so supportive. And it's just, Nathan, that's one of my favorite parts actually of Elite are the
Yes.
creators that are over there. Truly incredible.
Agreed.
And we would love for you to be able to rub elbows with these creators and
Yes.
to hear from their wisdom, but also to create connections and friendships and to not do YouTube alone. So,
Yes.
anyways, I'll stop rambling. I know we have just a few more minutes. What do you say we truly we rapid fire some of these
Let's
questions.
go. I'm game. I'm game.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to a couple more. This one is kind of like a two-parter, but also City Mouse, congratulations. They are
Woo.
also expecting a baby, which is so exciting.
Whoa. Let's go.
Yes. Okay, so they have a cake decorating channel with 625,000 subscribers, only shorts, never showed their
Mm,
face, and they make anywhere from 2,500 to 6,500 per month, posting around
okay.
3 to 4 shorts per week. Done a
Yeah.
couple brand deals. What are the next steps? I've started working on a course and have been tossing around the idea of starting a long form affiliate, etc. I gave you the longest question for our rapid fire.
For a
You're
rapid fire.
welcome.
Okay, here we go, City Mouse. Here's what I know. Here's what I know. You absolutely need to diversify your content mediums, which is just a really nerdy strategist way of saying turn on long form content. Yes, you are way over indexed in short form vertical content, and it's worked. Like heck yes, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also saying for your next stage, for the next level, mission number one for me would be, okay, we're going to develop a long form game plan. Here's a couple thoughts and we'll move on. I know it's rapid fire. Turn on long form. Why? Because you have these desires to point YouTube videos in some way, shape, or form, email list or direct to sales page for these other things you're building. Long form is just, you can't beat it for cultivating rapport, relationship, getting to know somebody better. Shorts are great, but the number of shorts you would need to accrue back to back to back to back, like the minutes you would need to accrue are way more dispersed than just one long form video with somebody. So the nature of where you want your business to go, to me, necessitates turning on long form content. When it comes to long form content, what is cool is you have a proven catalog of successful viral video ideas. You just look at your shorts. My goodness, you've grown so big all through shorts. You need to go into your shorts. This would be so fun. Can't do it right now, but like getting into your YouTube studio, looking at shorts specifically. I want to get my baseline. What are the metrics? What are watch time, higher watch time shorts, and the highest viewed shorts? Those are not always the same. Highest watch time is separate from highest viewed. I want to know both of those because I want to know what topics you've created in short form content to get that 100 plus retention rate that shorts can give you because people will rewatch, as well as the high views. What are the things that like had broad appeal? And it's kind of cool when you start long form, start making long form versions of those patterns that you see that have been successful with your short form. You should have a lot of content ideas, to be honest, for long form. And then it comes to like the skill set of learning, okay, how to like extrapolate what I did in short form into a longer format tied to calls to actions. And that's where like, having someone over your shoulder can really help. But that's exciting. That's what I do.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to click on one more question here. I know we're almost at the top of the hour. I did
Cool.
want to encourage you. There are a lot of niche specific questions like, hey, I'm in a travel niche. I'm in a gaming niche. I'm in a retirement niche. I'm in a crafting
Mm,
niche. I'm in a Bible study niche. If you have niche questions about how to make YouTube work for you, or does this work for my niche? I just want to encourage you. This is coming to an end, but connect with our team at viralvideocoach.com. That's what we're here for. We would love to be able to answer those questions over there. So even though this is coming to a close and I know we're not able to get to all of them, we will. If you connect with us at viralvideocoach.com, our team would love to be able to answer those questions with you, take a look at your channel, and really help get a game plan for you to double your growth on YouTube here
yes.
in this next year. So I'm going to pull up another one here for us, Nathan, and then we can close out here and we will be connecting with a lot of the creators here at viralvideocoach.com.
Oh, stoked.
To be able to answer more of these questions, but I see this one from Repent Now, the end is near. What does the Think team feel about a 30-day upload sprint, like Vlogmas, etc.?
Ooh, oh, that's good. Okay. Oh, I would love to hang out and
I'm
know more.
testing you,
I
Nathan.
know. Rapid fire. Okay. Here's what I think. Two thoughts. One, I think it could be great. I think this kind of thing can be absolutely awesome because I love the intensity thing. Sometimes if you feel stale, you just need to like, kind of like Dave Ramsey says, you need to like throw dynamite into the pond and blow up the snakes. I don't even know what that means, but I understand the imagery of like, you just go for it, man. And having a sprint like that is great because it's a lot of content that goes out. It's a lot of learning that happens because you're posting consistently. Undoubtedly, some of those things are going to perform better than others, and you would have gotten to those higher performers quicker than if you had slowed down your uploads. That's the pros. Here's the cons. Incredibly taxing. like, I actually would say you don't just decide to do a 30-day thing without having at least a week or two already in the bank. So if you're going to do it, the strategic way is like, okay, I'm going to do the 30-day sprint, but I'm going to start working on that behind the scenes now and just start putting videos on ice, so to speak, so that when your 30 days start, you aren't starting from scratch each and every day and each and every week. You already have uploads ready. Even if you could buy yourself a week, 7 uploads already in the bank, that's going to help you so much, because coaching, I've been on the other side of this call, repent now, the end is near, where people have come to me tired because they did something like this, or they didn't finish it because it requires a lot of intensity. And so I think if you're going to do it, there's a lot of pros to it. Understand it's not sustainable for most people. So you go into it with that in mind, and you strategize around how to do the 30 days well, so you like are smiling at the end of it. And that's what I would do. Go ahead and bank some content ahead of time so that you're ready to rock and roll with it. But I like it.
Boom. Awesome. Great answer, Nathan. Thank you so much for letting me hang out on the Q&A portion of this and be with
Come
this
on.
epic group of creators. I feel like my cup is filled just getting to
Ah,
see people passionate about YouTube, excited and hopeful for what's possible. So thank you so much if you're here for joining us. We look forward to watching your channel continue to grow and thrive, and
yes.
also how you do as well as you jump into Viral Video Coach and you join us on more live streams that we're hosting here. But we would love to see you learn more about your channel and get to see you grow and see your community grow. And also, Nathan, to reach your big YouTube goals, because it is
Yes.
possible. It
Yes.
is. And if it doesn't feel possible right now, know that it is. And we're rooting for you and we're here for you. And that's why we would love to partner with you to help you be able to run the marathon, not, get a pulled Achilles
Yes.
tendon on
Yeah. No, for real.
mile 7.
I
And
love it.
then
We
you're
have a
out,
lot of creators with pulled muscles, Logan. Yeah.
Yes. We would love to run with you and for you to go faster and farther and to not feel as weak and weary. Get a group
Mm,
and a community of other creators around you and people calling
yes.
you higher. I know there's a lot of people here that are ready for that. I see your comments in the chat, and I want to encourage you, if you feel scared, come chat with us, viralvideocoach.com. Sometimes
Yeah.
that is the feeling you need to push past the boundaries we set for ourselves. So thank you so much for being here. I'm seeing all the love in the comments, Nathan. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for showing up for yourself. Truly, truly, truly. And what a blessing, Nathan, to be here with you. I'm going to stop talking. I'll let you, get us out of here.
Hey, Logan, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Hey, yeah, final reminder. You know what I'm going to say, because I care about you. And I honestly think it's amazing that our team signed off on this. Come get your free channel assessment. Show to yourself that you're a serious creator. Put yourself even in an uncomfortable position. Yeah, you're going to show up and talk to an actual human, but like, take it seriously. Let's go. This is for you. This is for your betterment. If you're serious about this thing, we're inviting you. Our hands are wide open. We are saying, yes, please, pass the controller, plug it in. Let's play on co-op mode. And we want to see you. We want to help you. You can get your free channel assessment. You can apply for that at viralvideocoach.com. And again, full disclosure, like we've said, there's just nothing to hide. You will hear about coaching. You will hear about ways that you can take that game plan you'll get put together, and then not go do it alone, right? And then you get to decide how you'd like to move from there. But hey, on behalf of our whole team of Logan, of Think Media, so stoked for you and just so stoked for what's ahead. Can't wait to connect in the calls, and also just get to connect around like, hey, hearing what you're doing. It's so fun to get to check out that community and just hear the wins and see the feedback. And so, hey, if you ever jump in, tag me. You can like tag people in the community. You should like totally like, Nathan at Logan, like made it in from the 5 stages class, so we can keep an eye on you and make sure that you're moving towards your goals, because you shouldn't do this alone. YouTube's a team sport, man. YouTube's a team sport, and we'd love to be your Avengers. All right, y'all. Hey, go get after it. Take those dreams seriously. Viralvideocoach.com. And hey, if nothing else, we'll just like see you around the podcast channel. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.